Right, good afternoon, everyone. I hope you can hear me. It's quite a unique system. I'm sure you can hear me in the front. All right, my name is Gavita Reganath, and I'm here to talk about cracking complex documents using Databricks. This has been a huge collaboration with Team Quidal Auto and Advancing Analytics. Just wanted to be a quick reminder, please complete your surveys. There's a bunch of instructions there in terms of how we do it. Right, so I've got a question for the entire audience, right? It's going to be interactive, so please shout out. So I want to know what you guys think. How long would it take an expert who understands contract analysis to pull about 100 variables from a 5-page contract? How many hours, how many days do you think that's going to take? You can't hear? 3 hours? 3 days? You can't hear anything? They can't hear. I want to speak to him. But anyway, I'll just give you a bit of context, okay? I'll get a bit of context. The way Quidal Auto does it is they have a bunch of contracts in a bunch of different formats. And what they have to do is, depending on the language, variables are extracted to tables. All right, so it's up to 100 variables here. And it can take up to 2 hours for 5-page contracts. So really simple contracts, it can take up to 2 hours. Now, the longer the contract, it's going to take far longer time. So in the next 20 minutes, I'm going to tell you what we did, which we achieved 96% faster extraction, 99% cheaper, and 90% accurate. And we did this all within Databricks and the Azure framework. And we use all the nice, cool features in Mosaic AI using generative AI. And we did a whole bunch of things that I'm going to show you what we did. Now, I'm just here representing the entire team. It's been a huge collaboration between Advancing Analytics and Team Quidal Auto. Exactly. So, yep. So it's been a massive collaboration between all of us. And I'm just going to show you what we achieved. This is the end product. And what we have is a contract analysis system where it gives the SMEs the ability to talk to any contract. And it's extremely cool, right? So kudos to Quidal Auto for having the vision and being at the edge, bleeding edge of technology. And what you can do is ask it any questions. And not only that, right? We've built in memory with this as well. So you can ask any follow-up questions here as well. And it's extremely cool. What we can do as well is upload certain documentation. So if you have a document that you want to analyze, this system will allow you to upload it into certain directories. And what you can do then as well is process and upload all your documentation. So this is quite a cool feature. Then what you can, so yeah, here is just showing you, right? In SharePoint, you drag and drop your files will be processed. And what we have done for Quidal Auto as well is a document queuing system, because we want it to scale, right? So this can be used in the entire world. So this can be used to up to 100 SMEs. And what it gives them the ability is to understand all the documents that's been queued up. And you can assess when it was last uploaded, what was the status, whether it failed or succeeded. And you can also look at the source. So we only have SharePoint at this point in time, but you can have any kind of blob storage source as well. So this is just kind of showing you what we've done. And I think the really cool thing about this is, besides the search functionality, is the contract analysis. Now this is the end product really, right? So once you extract all the key variables, it gives the SMEs a single pane of your UI to filter down on certain variables that are important. So for example, if you want to understand what the type of price increase, you can filter it down on that, and you get the entire list of documents based on what you're filtering down on. You can also click on documents. For some of these documents, we didn't have access, but that's because we're advancing analytics. If you're Quidal Auto, you would have all the access to all the documents. And what you can also do then is, if you wanted to analyze a particular document, you can download it and have a look and analyze it using Excel or PDF. This is really cool. You've got an extraction and insights in here. So every variable that we extract, we give a reason as to why we extracted that particular variable. And this bit here is one of our novelty, really. So stay to the end, and I'll show you what we did. So this is the end product. And this is the cool architecture in terms of how we implemented this in Databricks under Azure. It might look like a web of maths, but really it's quite simple. We've broken it down to 4 steps. Your first steps are all about content, and then how we extract the content, break it down into chunks, put it into your Unity catalog, into your vector stores, how we extract important information, and the very last bit is how we then serve it back to all your SMEs, how we report all your variables. So I'm going to go through step by step. It's a fairly complicated architecture, but bear with me. I've broken it down to 4 steps. Your first step really is all about uploading your documents and how we're constantly queuing or polling the queue system here. So all this is done within Databricks, and every 2 minutes, we're pinging the queue system and saying, hey, if there's any new documents that's been uploaded, let's extract it, let's analyze it. So you've seen this already in terms of how we upload your documents. So here is just showing you again in terms of how you can upload your documents. You can upload many, many documents at one time, or you can just upload your one document at a point. And once you do this right, it's all about understanding information about the document that's been uploaded. And this has been very, very important for the SMEs because they want to understand certain things, right? What are the file sources? Where has it come from? Who's uploaded the document? And what the priority levels are. So this is all backed by a Unity catalog, which makes it very, very easy for us to understand all these variables and to store it as well. Now what we do is, in terms of uploading and getting text from documents, is we use SharePoint connection. Now unfortunately, we've not used the SharePoint connector within Databricks, but what we've done is use the SharePoint connection using M365. And we basically take all the documents, we extract your contents as bytes, we put it down as markdown, and we do some clever bits to make sure that all your documents are structured here, right? So I'm going to show you what we do after we extract or we upload your document. It's your step 2, which is probably my most interesting step here. It's all about pre-processing. It's all about understanding how your documents can be chunked up, which basically essentially means how you can make the computer or vector database understand the different chunks. And for this, what we did was we added some metadata with pre-processing. We used recursive chunking. We tried a load of different chunking methodologies, but we found recursive chunking to be the most optimized here. And also, we did a hell of a lot of processing in terms of understanding what's the right chunk size and how we overlap. And we spent a lot of time doing this to get this right. But yeah, we settled on a chunk size of 2048 with a 20% overlap. So the next step then is all about embedding, right? So what do we do? So here, if anybody can speak German, you can verify it. Any languages, we can translate it using AI Translate. And then what happens is we use AI Query to kind of translate everything and embed it into vector databases within Databricks. Right, so now we're going on to step 3, which is all about the extraction, right? So the extraction is about once you break down your document, once you chunk it, once you store it, it's about how you pull out the right information based on the question. So here, for example, we're using similarity search. And what we do is, it's not very pretty, but you can see how we are using Databricks to ask a question. So here we're asking about the annual price adjustment information. And here is where you're getting the answers. So this kind of shows no matter what languages, we're able to translate any documents. We're able to embed documents into vector databases and ask very pertinent questions as well. Right, this is my favorite bit. I think I've said that twice now, but honestly, this is my favorite bit. And this goes back to the saying of individually, we are one drop, but together, we are an ocean. And I'll explain this a bit more. This is based on a paper, very, very recent paper. It's based on probabilistic consensus that boasts potential precision, and it shows that it can increase an accuracy of 20%. I'm going to show it in terms of a picture here. So this is what we've done, right? This is all about validating the information that we extract, which is key. So how do you know that the LLM has extracted the right information? Would you trust just a single LLM? Query Author wasn't too happy about that, so we came up with this novel method where we use a model ensemble technique here. So we use 3 LLMs, and you can use many different models. You can swap in and out different LLM models. And you have to get a consensus of a minimum of 2. So you got to get majority agreement here. So if you get 1 out of the 3, then we route it to a human intervention where they step in and they validate the variable that's been extracted. If you get 2 out of 3, that's all good news, and it goes straight through processing. So the variable gets extracted and it gets stored down to a table. So this is quite novel. It's all based on agentic framework, all within Databricks as well. And it's worked really, really well, right? The last part, it's about reporting. So you saw the bit in the start where we had the chat analysis, where you can go to it, you can upload your contracts, you can understand why we've pulled out certain variables. You can also drill down on certain key variables. For example, if contracts are coming to an end, you can understand that. And that's all done via the reporting dashboard for Query Author. Right. So why is this so important? What's the business impact? And we did some rough calculations, been validated by Query Author as well. So I'm not standing here and saying nonsense here, really. But based on just one country, processing 16,000 documents, it will cost humans about £1 million, $1 million, not pounds. Using the system that we've built for Query Author, it's about $4,800. So the cost savings here for one country is absolutely massive, right? But if you look past the cost savings, there's also faster reviews. This is allowing all the SMEs to close deals far quicker, to understand what the renewals are coming up, and also it allows them to scale across different regions. So it's been extremely impactful. It's such a simple problem to solve, and no matter what industry you're in, you'll have manual documentations to extract or variables to extract. But this is what it means for Query Author. In terms of what's next, the way we've designed the entire system, we've got the chatbot interface where we can leverage chat tier contracts. The next bit of stuff that we are working with Query Author is about implementing agentic framework to write emails automatically, to think automatically. So if they understand there's a contract that's coming up for renewal, you want to be notifying your customers accordingly. And the agentic framework that we've built within Databricks would allow them to scale through all of this. Whether it's writing emails or agentic contract management, it's all within reach. Right, so just a quick glance back on the ROI, what we've achieved for Query Author. Instead of a human operator taking 120 minutes to process simple documents, we've cut that down to 5 minutes using our AI solution. We've cut down processing costs that would cost Query Author $73 per contract, right down to 30 cents per contract, done all with Mosaic AI. And the retrieval accuracy as well. So with the novel method that we implemented, we can achieve up to 90%, and that it has been validated by humans as well. So I'm not standing up here and pulling out a figure out of thin air. This has all been validated by humans. Right, so in terms of Databricks, how it's helped us, there's loads of features in terms of why use Databricks. But probably my most favorite thing is the scalability and diversity. How we use Mosaic Endpoint to serve many different LLM models, which gives you the flexibility whether you wanted to use Llama-based model or to hook onto OpenAI. It gives you the flexibility. Databricks Asset Bundle has been very, very useful for us as well to make sure all the environments are in sync. And then, of course, you've got Unity Catalog. So in terms of Databricks, it's really helped us to do tracking, monitoring, scalability, and making sure everything is in sync. I think that's it. If you've got any questions, I'm more than happy to take questions. but we are in booth F633. You can come and talk to us, or you can come and talk to Team Quirrell Author as well, who are down here. I'm more than happy to take questions.